Alright, so we've got a lot to talk about today. And yes, this video is going to be about me and the entire ownership team, Gorosei, as they call themselves, which, to be honest, I think is kind of a corny name. And before I talk about everything, I want to say I will be laying all the cards on the table, right? I have absolutely nothing to hide when it comes to this situation. I'll give everything that I know and every opinion that I have. And I know there was some people saying,
Oh, well, Miz, you should be banned for being freaky or whatever way back when.
at least that's what a few people were saying on my last video, or, you know, I'm just weird or whatever, or I deserve my ban. Which, hey, if you don't want me on the game, I don't know to tell you, it's not really your choice, but I'm just here to tell you what's happening, right? But anyways, let's just get down into it, okay? I have been trying to get unbanned from Type Soul for an entire year, most of which over the past year I didn't know what I was even banned for until recently when I talked with Cetro himself one-on-one to actually find out what it was that I was banned for, because I just didn't know. It didn't tell me. I covered this extensively in my previous video, but I'll just recap it very briefly with like no context so that you know what happened. Okay, so pretty much I was banned, and the reason that I found out is allegedly that I was doxing them. And in my past video, I had shown proof that I didn't do that. I showed proof that I never asked anybody to do that for me, and they just sent it to me on stream. And it's not even like I showed it on stream, right? Not even an accidental show, nothing like that. I didn't read it out loud. I didn't show it on screen. I didn't say anything about anybody. And I even said that I would never do that. So I've been basically banned for nothing for an entire year. A whole year, yeah. Which is pretty frustrating because, no, if you're curious, they didn't ban me for some other secret. Well, they probably just banned me now because they hate me, but I don't know why. The only people that have an issue with me, really, as far as I know, is not the devs. It's not, well, I don't know if it's the mods or not. I don't think so. But it's mainly just the owners, Gorosei, whatever you want to call it, which pretty much have the final say in everything. So it doesn't matter that nobody else wants me banned. As long as those guys do, it doesn't matter. I remember even before I was banned, they were trying to say that I should be banned for wearing those weird outfits. And I admit, okay, I agree, those outfits were pretty weird. Grown man, by the way. I wasn't grown then. But I've learned, I've changed, okay? I'm a changed man. We don't do the revealing bodysuit stuff anymore. I took it a little too far, and then people took it even further, and they were just, like, actually naked. Like, they're, yeah, that was dark times. Dark times. My bad, guys. But even Cetro himself said that the issue wasn't my clothes. It was, you know, if Roblox allowed the clothes, he wasn't gonna ban me for Roblox not banning the clothes, right? So it wasn't that. It wasn't even like the few drama videos that I did have on that game, even though I did farm them a little bit, and I especially farmed them a lot more after I got banned, because obviously. But I've also changed from that too, and I'm not here to seek drama. I'm not here to farm drama content. I probably won't make that many more Type Soul videos. If I do, it might just be like a progression or talking about how the game is on release or whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and milk the content. I don't really care that much. And in all honesty, I think Type Soul is cool. It would be cool to play it, but I'm not getting my hopes up because I probably won't get unbanned. Not to mention, I don't even know if I will like it for that long of a period of time. So recently I've talked to Cetro again, as I said earlier, and pretty much what he told me is that they said no to my unban. Even after he showed them all the proof that I sent, all the clips that I sent him, the entire stream VOD of me not doing anything wrong, they still said they wouldn't unban me. And then Cetro told me he would ask again after the game was released if it did good. And he said maybe they would unban me then. And so I was like, all right, bet. You know, the game is doing good. They're in a good mood. And they're like, yeah, well, we might as well out of it. We might as well. It's probably not. And I got even more confirmation when I asked one of my friends to ask them in the Type Soul CC chat at the mods and the dev team and whoever, why I was actually banned. And that happened today. The mods, well, one of the mods said, I don't remember why he was banned. And so after asking for a few more minutes, we finally get a response from, I think, one of the developers. I forgot who it was a response from, to be honest. But we got a response saying that I'm one of the, quote, unbannables.
The fucking what now?
One of the unbannables. I'm moving like Prime Eisen, bro. They put me in the fucking Mukin. The world government, the Gorosei, has me out here looking like Luffy. What did I possibly do to deserve this treatment? I'm sitting here thinking, right? What could I have done if they don't even know what I did? I proved that I didn't do anything. Is this out of just pure spite? Most likely. I mean, it's to be one of the unbannables, it's gotta be out of spite. Could it be because of the hate videos and the exposed videos? Possibly. And honestly, probably. But it's not like I'm the only one that did it. And it's not like Balboa is the only other one that did it either. And it's also not like they were false. So I don't know. So they exiled me and Balboa, right? Balboa's, I think, a lot worse off than I am, and I think we all can agree. Even Cetro said he's definitely way worse off than I am. But Balboa embraces it. In fact, he revels in it. He makes leak videos. I'd definitely never get unbanned if I made one of those. Jesus. But yeah, he honestly, I think his purpose or goal in most of these games that he plays is to be banned or get banned and then farm hate, which is really his strategy. For me though, I don't really like doing that. I'll farm a few things, right? You know, I'll farm like drama, maybe a few videos. I'm not gonna do like, and that's what got me thinking, if I'm like better off than Balboa in the first place, and he's embracing it, right? He wants to get banned. They've literally name dropped his name in announcements saying if you're even close to this guy, your tester will be removed. They've said that in the CC chat. They've literally said that. His name, if you're in his server, you're banned. If you have connections with him, you're banned. Which is funny because he has connections with Cetro and stuff, so I don't know. I don't think they would actually act on that anyways. But they recently made another announcement, right? And this is why I think they just spite me, because it was such a recent announcement and it also is just so hypocritical. I don't understand it. Okay, they made a statement saying if you have been on a copy, a type soul copy, or were a staff of a type soul copy, you are permanently banned. It's a little too late to say that. A few months late, a few couple of months late. But you know, it's okay. I get it. You know, I would understand that you wouldn't want a copy dev to, you know, copy your game and make your game different but also successful, and they have players and you don't, and they're getting more money than you. I would probably not like that. That's pretty much just thievery. It's stealing, right? So I can honestly respect this. I can respect this reason. And I wasn't a dev, right? I was a staff on a type soul copy in the past. Yes, it's true. It's true. Obviously, I left after seeing that announcement, but I think it's a bit too late now. I guess that's my new ban reason. But here's the funny part. The part that I don't understand. The part that doesn't make any sense. Do you guys remember where Cetro came from? Do you guys remember how Cetro became the owner of Type Soul? No? No? Let me refresh your memory. So, Type Soul shut down. The first time it shut down, it was pretty much dead. It was gone, done and dusted, right? It was cooked. The only thing that Type Soul had keeping it alive was copies. Cetro happened to own one of these. He was the owner of Type Menma, right? And Type Menma eventually got ownership of the actual game. And way back then, they still hated copies, and they were cracking down on them, saying any player that plays a Type Soul copy will get permanently banned. Any player. If you play a Type Soul copy, you're getting banned. And it was funny because the copy, Battleground, had more players than the actual Type Soul, because you could actually get stuff in that game compared to the Type Soul. Like back then was incredibly hard to get anything. Visored was pretty much unheard of. Bankai, oh my god, don't even get me started. But after they closed the game, they handed ownership to somebody that owned a copy of the game, which was hilarious because you own a copy of the game. They hate copies of the game. Why did you even get it? It doesn't make any sense. So the owner of a copy made Type Soul better than it was before. That alone was hilarious then. But it's even more hilarious now when they're doing the exact same thing to copies. Anyone who's ever worked on a copy, it just doesn't make any sense. It would make sense in a vacuum, right? But it doesn't make sense when the owner of your game came from a copy. And this is no hate to Cetro. No, right? Absolutely no hate. Love the guy. But it's a bit hypocritical, you know, when you think about it for like more than 2 seconds. And that's really where they lost me, right? You lost me when you said, we're gonna ban everyone permanently that ever worked on a copy. Again, I'm not trying to dispute it. It is a fair reason to ban people. It is. I agree. It's just a bit hypocritical coming from the same devs whose entire game is made from a copy. If there was never copies of Type Soul, this game would never be as popular as it is right now, because Cetro would never have made Type Menba. He would have never gotten on actual Type Soul. The game would not have gotten revamped, and it certainly would not be as popular as it is now. Either way, I just wanted to rant a little bit about my situation and, you know, all the stuff surrounding it. Because I do think that my ban reason is either hypocritical and kind of stupid, or they made it up to keep me banned because they just don't like me. Oh, by the way, I'm not just normal banned, I'm chase banned, so I can't even go on an alt. Yeah, because if I do and they find it, it's banned immediately. So yeah, I'm not just banned on one account, it's like every account, which kind of sucks because I was hoping to like get on an alt at least and play the game. You know, that'd be nice. But imagine I do all that prog on an alt and then I just get chase banned by somebody finding my name eventually or whatever, and then I'm gone. I'm cooked. That would suck. I would at least ask to just not be chase banned. That's really all I ask. Keep my main banned. I don't really care. I'm not even here to farm hate. I don't really give a shit about that. Don't go hating on the Gorosei or whatever. I don't really have anything against them, even though they have a bunch of shit against me, allegedly. Don't know the reason they hate me, but it seems like a lot of people hate me for no reason, so I guess that's a new trend. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.